The most outrageously brutal VR brawler is back. GORN 2 is here, bigger, bloodier, and more chaotic than ever before. With insane new weapons, ruthless boss fights, and next-level physics-based carnage, this sequel is set to take VR combat to a whole new level. If you thought the original was intense, prepare yourself for what Free Lives has in store this time. Let's break down everything you need to know about GORN 2, its new features, gameplay improvements, and of course, when you can finally get your hands on it. For those who are not familiar, GORN is a virtual reality gladiator simulator that captivated the gaming world with its absurd physics, extreme violence, and absurd humor. Now, GORN 2 is here to intensify the chaos even more. Developed by Free Lives, this sequel introduces new weapons, smarter enemies, epic boss fights, and an expanded storyline that takes you beyond the arenas and into celestial realms ruled by powerful warlords. And yes, the carnage is even more hilarious. Unlike the original, which was just non-stop arena combat, GORN 2 actually has a storyline. This time, you'll battle through 5 heavenly realms, each ruled by one of the 5 sons of the god of the afterlife. But don't let the divine setting fool you. Things are just as ridiculous as ever. Expect floppy weapons, exaggerated physics, and non-stop chaos. Alright, let's talk about what really makes GORN 2 stand out. It's absolutely bonkers combat. First up, we've got a massive arsenal of 35 unique weapons, including floppy swords, meat cleavers, rubberized clubs, throwing knives, and even explosive projectiles. Each weapon has its own physics properties, making every battle feel completely unpredictable. And if that wasn't enough, GORN 2 introduces a power scaling mechanic. That's right, you can grow stronger by eating strange meats. Yep, you heard that correctly. Devour these bizarre snacks and your gladiator will bulk up, dealing even more devastating blows. Enemies are also a lot smarter this time. Improved AI means gladiators can actually fight amongst themselves, set up ambushes, and force you to rethink your strategy. And let's not forget the new boss fights. Each of the 5 sons has their own fighting style, meaning you'll need to adapt if you want to come out on top. One of the biggest improvements in GORN 2 is the expanded arenas. These battlefields are no longer just tiny pits of mayhem. They're sprawling, interactive war zones filled with traps, hazards, and environmental weapons. Expect collapsing platforms, swinging blades, lava pits, and other surprises that make every battle even more intense. And once you've conquered the main story, there's still more to do. Endless mode lets you test your endurance against wave after wave of enemies, while custom mode allows you to craft your own battles, selecting enemy types, weapons, and arena conditions. The possibilities for ridiculous gladiatorial chaos are endless. GORN 2 is being developed by Free Lives in collaboration with Cortopia Studios, and they've really taken their time to improve the game. The animations, enemy interactions, and physics are smoother and more refined, making combat feel more responsive and satisfying. Plus, the game's visuals have been noticeably upgraded. While it still maintains that signature exaggerated art style, everything looks sharper and more immersive. Now, let's talk about the big question. When can you play GORN 2? As of now, there's no official release date, but speculation suggests a late 2025 launch. The game is confirmed for Meta VR, Steam VR, and PlayStation VR 2, ensuring that most VR gamers will get a chance to jump into the action. While no official word has been given about a standalone MetaQuest release, the original GORN's success on the Quest suggests we'll likely see it happen. So, are you ready to unleash absolute carnage in GORN 2? With its insane physics, ridiculous weapons, epic boss fights, and expanded gameplay, this sequel is shaping up to be one of the wildest VR games yet. Let me know in the comments, what feature are you most excited about? And if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the latest GORN 2 updates.